So something you may have noticed about me is that I'm Australian. You could probably tell by the voice or from the fact that I just told you. And being Australian is not common in the world. There are only like 25 million of us compared to the 8 billion people there are in the world. So not a lot of people know what it's like to be an Australian, and I thought here today I could give you a little bit of a taste of what it's like. So for the entirety of the first level in this warp room, I'm just going to show you what it's like. We're going to play through the whole level like this. I think that'll give you a good idea of what it's like to be an Australian. So you're probably thinking, Jesus, this looks terrible. This is disorienting. I hate looking at this. But you know, this is what Australians deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know, we're on the bottom half of the world. Everything is upside down over here. So this is just something we have to get used to and live with. You know, the good thing about this, well, not the good thing, but you can't. Crash isn't actually wearing a ground harness. That's something we have to do here to make sure we don't fall into the sun. We actually have to tie ourselves to the ground. Because I'm just sort of mimicking the effects of being upside down. I haven't put a ground harness on Crash, but that is something that we do have to do here, and it's a very serious issue. You know, a lot of people die because they fall into the sun because, you know, their ground harness isn't attached properly, or they've not taken the proper safety measures when literally moving at all. So yeah, another thing that you probably wouldn't experience by watching this. I mean, you're getting the visual aspect, but you're not. You're not feeling the blood rush to your head. That's something that happens quite a lot. That's something you get used to as well, but, you know, it's not a fun experience, and it can cause problems later on in life, but, you know, most people get through it relatively okay. Probably because we have to, you know, we don't have a choice. We have to live like this. This is just something we have to put up with. And I suppose that's where our sort of general resilient nature comes from. The fact that we're able to put up with such a bizarre world, such a terrible situation. You know, I think it really speaks to our character as a people that we're able to get through this relatively okay, you know? So hopefully that's given you a pretty good taste of what it's like to be an Australian. I'm just gonna you know, flip it back to your way around. Which it kind of looks a bit strange for me, but you know, I'm used to it. I'm used to putting up with it for the non-Australians out there. Oh, I forgot to get the yellow gem. I was so busy trying to explain living with, you know, Australian perspective that I forgot about the yellow gem. That's alright though. It was worth it to educate the people of the world. You know, that's a more important and more noble goal than getting the yellow gem in Crash 2. I will admit that. I've done a good thing for the world. I've made a good sacrifice. And there are so many electric eels. Who maintains these sewers? Clearly no one, if they're letting all these electric eels just infest the place. I don't want my shits to end up with an electric charge. That's not something that I signed up for when I left it in the toilet bowl and then flushed it down. That's not something I agreed to. In terms of electric charge, I want my shits to be neutral. What am I even talking about? I'm not gonna mention that again. That was terrible. We will never speak of what I just said. Is there a second clear gem in Sewer or Later? Where? Oh, the bloody yellow gem. I was just talking about that. What is wrong with me? My short-term memory is absolutely Coco, can you not interrupt me? I'm trying to talk about my short-term memory here. What was I saying? I wonder how they fit so many killer whales into such a small space. Now, it must be pretty cramped in there. The housing situation in the whale universe must be terrible. I mean, I guess that just goes to show that humans and animals are more alike than we think. You know, we've got a housing crisis in the human world. We've got a housing crisis in the whale world. You know? We're more alike than we think. Okay, I keep missing boxes. I'm not even going to bother anymore. I've already given up on that. We all know what happens when you get 100% anyway. Embryo goes, it's abortion time, and then shoots Cortex's space station out of the sky. We've all seen it before. I don't need to show you again. We're here for me talking over this game. Which, now that I say that out loud, it's not a good selling point for this video. I didn't get the... I was just talking about how I missed a box and didn't care anymore. My short-term memory is terrible. This level's called Road to Ruin, but I think you'll find we're already at the ruins. Now, I'm pretty sure I can do a slide spin jump to cross this gap, and I'm going to attempt it. Oh, almost. I reckon I can do that. Skip the secret entrance shit. We can get the gems right away. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did I... Oh, I'm not sure. Did I do that right? Maybe there's something else there that I missed. I feel like that can't be it. Surely not. Not sure about this one. Oh no, this level's got a death route in it anyway, so I've already fucked it up. Oh, whatever. Let's just beat the level. Stop messing around with all these crates. Just get it done. Otherwise, we're gonna be here for a million years. Where my own house will become ruins, much like the ruins we're exploring now. How old does something need to be for it to become a ruin? Like, what's the threshold? Like that's like an archaeology question, isn't it? You know, at what point does grave robbing become archaeology? That's a question. It's a similar sort of question. How long does it take for something abandoned to become a ruin? Food for thought. What I really like about this is you can see the silhouette of Cortex's castle in the background. I just think that's so cool. That's such an unnecessary detail, but it's so cool. And speaking of things that are unnecessary, this shit with the switches, honestly, which dickhead thought that was a good idea? Unbearable. Not sure I'm going to be able to bear this level. I just realised I made pretty much the same joke. There's only so many bear puns you can do. I'll think of something, just bear with me. So is this like the mother bear of the polar bear I've been riding? You know. And is this the same one? Or is this the dad now? Is this the dad of the polar bear I've been riding? Am I being chased by a family of polar bears? Or are these just polar bears that happen to live here? You know, what's the situation here? Are they mad at me because I've been riding their son? Not the first time that's happened in my life. Oh, I had 69 lives. I should have been paying attention. That would have been nice. Oh well. I guess we'll have to 69 another day. Shoot me. No, don't shoot. I got killed by the fucking armadillo. Do they come back as lives every time? Hold on, I want to test that. So there should now be question mark crates. They're lives again. You can literally farm lives here. Hang on. Have I just discovered something? Do people know about this? Why is that not working properly? Usually when you die after getting life crates, they become question mark crates. But here, after you die, you just get extra lives. Because there are 2 of them. And they don't turn into... That's kind of wacky. That's kind of useful. I think I just discovered something. Did people know about that? It's kind of wild. I'm learning things about this game that I never knew. So we had the mother bear and the father bear before. Who's this? Is this... Granny Bear? Is this Uncle Bear? What's going on? This is a family friend? Is this Cousin Bear? The older cousin? I think I'm looking too much into the family tree of polar bears here. I feel like they're just random polar bears. I don't think the developers thought that through. I don't think there's an underlying family turmoil situation going on here. I think they're just polar bears. See, the cool thing about this level is it's dark and you can't see. I love that. Riding a polar bear at night? That's so cool. Well, that wasn't very cool. Oh, I guess it kind of was because he froze. So it was cool and uncool. Therefore it cancels out, which means it just was. You know, I never understood why people are afraid of the dark. Like, what's so scary about it? Like, is it the fear of not knowing what's there? Because if there is something there in the dark, and you can't see it, surely that also means that it can't see you. And what's something threatening that could see you in the dark? A cat? You're really going to be scared of a cat? Or a possum? You know? I think there's nothing to be scared of. The dark is just the absence of light. So, you know, lighten up. It's a terrible joke. That was a terrible, terrible joke. Yeah, I died for it. Serves me right. I'm dying way too much in this level. It's just totally bare. You know, you would think with the name Totally Bare, it would be totally bare of obstacles. But nope, I'm still finding ways to kill myself. There's always a way to kill yourself. No matter how hard it may seem, there is always a way to kill yourself. And you can take that home with you. It's Tiny! His name is funny because when you look at him, he's actually not that tiny at all. Man, that's so funny. Right, let's beat his ass by running away. That's a lesson. Don't confront your problems head on, just run away. A lot of life lessons in this video. Oh, here we go. And... oh, he's not gone. Oh, he was clever. He outsmarted me. Now he's gone. Yep. Well, that was fun. What a fun boss that was. I don't know how to end off this episode, so... bye.